Well, good morning, everybody. We are, me and little dog are here at the woods. We're coming out of, let's see, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Coming out of a 5-day weekend. Mother Nature hooked us up with a 5-day weekend. I'd rather only had a 2-day weekend and we'd be back to rolling in here, but she had other plans. Yeah, it's rained. I guess it started raining Monday. We had a nice weekend, though. Did some crabbing Sunday and everything. It was a beautiful weekend. A little bit warm, but it was beautiful. And then it started raining Monday and rained all the way up till yesterday, even last night. Last night I went out and fed the dogs. It was raining. But I don't know. You can see her standing water everywhere. I'm not exactly sure what the woods looks like. That fella I'm working with, he come up here yesterday and cut the rest of the wood up, so everything on the deck's cut up. So me and the dog are just gonna cut ahead today, and then tomorrow, probably cut tomorrow. I doubt we're gonna be skidding anything tomorrow either. And hopefully let it dry. The good thing is that big 610 moves some wood, so you know I think he can. What little bit production I'm doing in there with this cutter when I untangle and everything, you know, he'll catch right up pretty quick. If what we need, it's got to dry. It's really got to dry. We'll have this place just tore to pieces if it don't dry. And we're trying not to put the big fat tires on. We don't want to get into that if we don't have to. I mean, if we have to, we have to. It is what it is. But we're trying not to get into it. We got a strip about right in here. I got to go all the way down the lane here. And then the wettest part of it's done for the most part. The rest of it's up on high ground. We can move the landing. So yeah, it's just critical we get this part finished. But if it don't dry, we ain't gonna get it. And we can't even get haul because we can't even get trucks turned around. Trucks got to come out in this field, turn around. So we're kind of just, oh well, try to work with what we got to work with, I guess. So yeah, I'm gonna put some fuel in the cutter, and dog and I are gonna go down the woods, try to get something done. All right, we're on the move again. We're off to greener pastures. I'm just gonna give you a short little recap of how the last 2 weeks went, because I didn't video anything because there wasn't really anything real exciting to video. And it's a little depressing, and you know, well, it is what it is. But what we did on that last job, I went through real quick, got the nicer trees I could find. The job just went to crap. After all that rain, that job's on the water, so it really got wet in there. That was problem number one. Problem number two was we couldn't sell the logs. The price continued to drop to the point to where, and again, I know this was my mistake, I won't do it again, but after we paid the landowner and put fuel in that cutter, there was nothing left. So you can't continue to just bleed like that. So I had to talk with the landowner, and I apologized. I said, look, I'm really sorry, but you know, I just can't work for free. It's not your fault, it's not mine. It's just, at this point, it's luck of the draw. You know what I mean? I had no idea this was going to happen. I mean, we knew the prices were going to drop some, but I didn't think they were going to do what they did. So, I mean, now, I mean, you're getting half of what we were getting for a load of logs. So, what we did was we just put the tourniquet on, we stopped the bleeding, and we wrapped that one up and got the heck out of there. And if something changes and the weather stays right and the price goes up, I'll go back and try to get, you know, the stuff for him. But the trees in there as a whole were a bit too small. So I'm moving up to a 30-acre clear cut, which is going to be fun. I can't wait. I haven't done a clear cut, a real clear cut, with this cutter since I bought it. So this is going to be awesome to be able to work and just cut every tree in the woods. I won't have nothing to work around, nothing. So, and I'm real curious to see what we get as far as production. It'll be it'll really tell me what this machine's capable of doing. I already know what it does, and I mean it's amazing. But to be on a 30-acre clear cut's going to be pretty cool. The guy I'm cutting it for, it's not my job. The guy's just paying me a day rate for me and my cutter, and what we're going to do is just cut them, slop top them. He's going to drag them out in the field and trim them all up some other time. So we should be able to make some pretty good production in here. But, you know, we'll see. I don't think I'll have a problem cutting it. Skidding's going to be a little bit of an issue. But the other thing, too, last week I hand stumped for this same guy. I actually went out Westminster and hand stumped for him for a day. He needed some help. He had a small job, some pretty big trees. My job was wet, and we were pretty much wrapped it up. All we had to do had some logs to haul out, couldn't get trucks in. So went out there and hand stumped for him, which I haven't done. And since I bought this cutter, I haven't hand stumped since I bought it. I mean, really hand stumped. I mean, I've cut some trees, but to actually sit on the saw for 8 to 10 hours, I haven't done that in a long time. Now, I still got it. I put 9 loads of logs at the landing. Actually, they hauled 9 loads out. So, and we started the job. There wasn't a single log on the landing when I got there. And when I left, they had hauled 9 loads out, and there was probably 4 or 5 logs, 4 or 5 trees laying there at the landing. So almost got 10 loads in about 8 hours. So with a saw and being out of practice, I was pretty proud of myself. But I couldn't have done it the next day, I can tell you that. When I got up in the morning, boy, I needed a crane to get my butt out of bed. I was so sore. My feet hurt, my abs hurt. And I don't have no abs. I mean, I just got a belly, but shoot, whatever's underneath of that belly, that hurt. I was in some pain, so I guess you're getting older. It's like that old Toby Keith song. You're just as good as you once was, or you're as good once as you once was, or however it goes. I don't know, but so I can do it, but I can't do it every day. And if I did it every day, I'd probably get back in the groove. But I'd have went from almost 10 loads to probably 3 loads the following day. And but it was good to know I still got it. I'm capable of doing it if I have to. So we're gonna get this cutter moved up here. We're gonna get started in it tomorrow. The guy I'm cutting it for is supposed to meet me up here today. Or when we drop this thing off, we're gonna walk through. He's gonna give me the lowdown on what's going on in here, and then hopefully I'll get up here tomorrow morning and start laying the smack down on her. So this ought to be fun. And I won't make what I would make cutting my own timber in regular timber prices, but it's better than no work at all. And she'll still do all right. I'll turn a profit, which is a lot more than I can say for this job we just finished. So again, we're off to greener pastures. Oh, we're in it. Oh, run over a stone, damn it. Where's that stone at? I can get over here like this. Well, I got started in here this morning. I don't know how much it got cut, but it's a little bit slower than I thought it was going to be. Originally, we were dragging the tops out in the field, so we were going to leave the tops hooked to the tree, which was going to be awesome. Now it's just going to be in here like mowing grass, but they changed their mind. I guess they're not going to clean it up right away, so they don't want the stuff out in the field. So, oh well, what do you do? So I got to top them all. The guy I'm cutting it for wants as much firewood out of here as he can. So I'm running them out probably, I don't know, 5-6 inches, I guess. I don't have a skidder here yet, so I gotta keep making bunches and move the logs around so I don't lose them, which is slower. but I'm paid by the hour anyway, so it is what it is. I'm not paid by the load in this one, so that's nice. It's really nice. I want that daggone camera stay up there. Aggravating me. Yeah, I'm laying them long, leaving the firewood and everything hooked to it. But yeah, I'm trying to make little piles. I mean, you can see, if you see out across there, it's trees just stacked up there as far as you can go on out. It's just piles and piles of trees. Got all the butts in one direction. Mainly so you can skid it a little faster, and too, so I don't bury them. But if I can just grab those trees, shove it up here, zip it off, and go on to the next one, it would speed it up quite a bit. And we may end up doing that when the skidder gets here. Maybe not. I'm gonna do whatever the man tells me to do. You're probably getting bored. There we go. Alright, now I gotta stack them up again. Alright, the skidder's finally here. So what I'm doing today is I'm cutting a road. Well, you really can't tell in the camera. But I'm cutting a big wide road from the front to the back. They cut the corn out in the field yesterday afternoon, evening time. They're finishing up the day. So we got the whole field to work with. So I'm cutting, oh, come on, get out. There you go. So I'm cutting a road, a big wide road, all the way to the back where I was working yesterday. And then that way, he can, he's not fighting them big long trees. He started skidding this morning before I got here. And he was saying he was having a hard time pulling them big long trees down a narrow little road, which I get it. I mean, it all goes anyway. We might as well get it the heck out of our way. So I'm working on this morning. I don't know, for an hour or so I'll have it. I'm cutting anything I can reach from the, basically from my road. I'll tell you what, man, I'm getting pretty good on this old thing now. I figured out how to like manipulate the tree and Seed time, baby. That's all it takes is seed time. I still can't quite get my cuts lined up real good unless I punch that tree 3 times. I can't get it the cuts to be perfect, so I don't know that I ever will, honestly. It's kind of hard to do. I know when I had that Ryan head and I had to double punch the trees, I'd grab a hold of it before I spun around the other side and kind of scratched the bark so I knew whereabouts it needed to be. And that seemed to work pretty good, but ain't no real good way to do it with this thing. Well, things were going perfect. I got this whole road all the way out. I just about got to where I was working yesterday. And all of a sudden I heard this big loud pang. I mean loud. And then the machine started vibrating real bad. Like, what the heck is going on? So I shut it down. Well, this tooth come off. This bolt must have worked its way loose. So I guess that tooth's been loose for a while. I guess I need to check that. That's probably a daily maintenance thing, check the teeth. But anyway, so the tooth come off, and I guess it hammered in there for a little bit, messed this tooth up, and this tooth real bad. The rest of them aren't too bad. The rest of them look pretty good. I think I got some old teeth in there I'll switch it out with. And we'll be back up and running here shortly. I got scared there for a minute. It sounded like a ginormous piece of metal broke. like something on the boom or something like that. But we'll get her. All right, we got the tooth put back on, and then I started down the edge of this field. Like I say, the whole thing gets cut. I'm dumping the edge out in the field. Then we'll go all the way down to the road and just kind of work my way. You need 2 skidders, 3, might even need 3 skidders, really. I'm so far ahead of him right now, it's not even funny. I mean, I got trees laying everywhere now. Man, you gotta see the sunrise this morning. Ooh, buddy, ain't that pretty? Man, that's pretty. Mother Nature did a good one this morning. Oh, today's Thursday. There was a little bit of rain today. I think there's a cold front or something pushing in. I don't think it's going to hurt us in here at all, but well, I know it ain't going to hurt me, but it might slow him down skidding, I don't know. I'm not working tomorrow, so today we're actually racing this weekend, so today is my last day of the week. Hopefully we can get a full day in. Well, we're gonna cut this big old girl here. And punch her from the other side. All right, I punched her from the other side. We're going to send her now. Pretty big old heavy tree, so. Oh, damn it. Went the wrong way. That's all right. Didn't go where I wanted it, but it went down. And it's cut clean. That'll work, I'll take it. Well, it just started raining. Ain't raining too bad yet. Looks like it might be going around us. The wind's picking up now, though. But I have to be careful and cut the smaller trees. Won't be able to cut the great big ones. But as a whole, this job's pretty well small anyway. I'm gonna go out and finish this little island here, and then I'm going out cut some out in that field again. And I think I just looked at the weather, and rain's supposed to be out of here in an hour, so it ain't supposed to rain real long. You gotta watch them dead ones, man. The whole top comes out of them. I'm gonna make my way down the edge of the field. Ain't much exciting the video. Just trees, and more trees. Well, it turned out to be a pretty nice afternoon after all, after the rain got out of here. I'm swapping out the teeth. It's still cutting okay, but it's not spitting big chunks of wood, and it's kind of right at the end because it's slowing the wheel down so bad. It's right at the very end. It like just peels a little bit of the end of the tree if you're not double cutting. And a lot of these in here, I'm just hitting them one time. So he wanted me to go through and cut the stumps a little lower on the road coming in the main skid trail. So I said, well, if I'm going to do all that, I might as well do that now and then put the new teeth on. I still ain't sure whether the carbide teeth are better or not. I never did get a chance to wear a set of steel teeth out. And these carbide teeth are used. They come off the rubber tire cutter. So, I don't know. I'm putting steel back on just because that's what I got. That's what I bought. That's what's cheaper. I'm gonna call here in a little while and order another set of teeth. So I got them in the truck here, but I don't know what they are now. I mean, I'm sure just like everything they went. Of course, I don't know. I bought these. I bought this set of teeth during COVID prices, so that'd be all right. It's definitely a lot easier to change these teeth now that I never seized the crap out of them when I put it back together. Of course, that might be why one of them come loose and popped off there, but hard to say. I'll go around at the end and tighten them all down with the breaker bar. I just put them all on now. This old girl cut like butter Monday. He's going to work tomorrow and Saturday. He should catch up to me then. So then we'll have a pretty good idea how much work we did. I worked 3 days. So I have a pretty good idea how much work I got done with this thing in 3 days. They've hauled 5 loads out of logs. So what he's doing in here, he's got that there's a pile of logs, tree length logs, that's going to the guy that bought the timber. And then this is tree length firewood. That's firewood he's gonna haul on his tracks. There's 2 piles over there. He said they've hauled 4 loads. There's probably 2 in that pile, maybe 3. It's probably 2. There's probably 2 loads, so that's 4. Let's say that's 2. That's 6. That's 2 loads of fire. It's 7, 8. Then there's probably 6 tracks of loads of firewood over there. So 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. So 14 loads. He's probably only got a half of what I cut out of there. So that should be 20, let's say 20 loads in 3 days. 20 some loads in 3 days. That ought to be all right. I told him we'll work a week and see how it goes. And then you know, if he can't afford to pay me what I got. I mean, this thing costs a lot to run. I mean, I'm burning about 80 gallons of fuel. Probably, well, I've been keeping track of it the last two. Today I burnt a little bit more, but I got a lot more done today, actually. I got in a pretty gravy patch. I didn't have to move a bunch of stuff around. And now that I got a little bit more room to work, I don't have to shovel the logs as much either. I can just kind of pull them up beside me and get them up out of my way. So that works pretty good. So it speeds the process up a little bit. So yeah, we'll see what he comes up with. You know, if we're getting enough done. He said as long as we can get 8 loads of something a day, you know, for every day that I worked, he said that's good enough. It'll work then. It didn't matter whether it was 8 loads of logs or 8 loads of firewood or 8 loads, you know, just as long as it was 8 loads of something, he could make it work. So, well, I'm gonna finish putting these teeth on, and then I'm gonna head to the yard. We're gonna call it a week. I'm gonna go play on dirt bikes tomorrow. So I want to thank everybody for watching, and we'll see you next week.